On this episode of China Uncensored, did someone just drop a bomb on Beijing? Welcome back, Chris Chappell here. What happened in Beijing? Did North Korea launch a missile? It looks like a war zone. What's that, Shelley? Oh, I'm sorry, that isn't a war zone. What you're looking at is progress. I mean, not progress, that sounds so self-serving. What you're looking at is the Communist Party's deep, caring concern for the welfare of the common people. Funny how concern looks like wholesale destruction. This is Daxing District. It's home to many of Beijing's estimated 8.1 million migrant workers. Just to give you an idea of how many people 8.1 million is, it's like the entire population of New York City, but all crammed into a city with 3 times as many people. Plus, add terrible traffic and unbreathable air. And if you think the living conditions for the average New Yorker are bad, well, you're right actually. But for Beijing's migrant workers, it's so much worse. 1 million of them literally live underground. On the plus side, if things ever do go south with North Korea, the migrant workers are already living in bomb shelters. I can see the real estate agent trying to rent out this apartment. An exclusive opportunity to live 3 floors underground in a historic air defense bunker. It has high ceilings, spacious closets, washing machine in the building, truly a steal. China's migrant workers travel from their tiny villages in the economically depressed countryside to big cities like Beijing to find work. That means they don't have the resident permits that would let them officially stay in the cities and do things like send their kids to school. Migrant workers have fueled China's economic boom. And unsurprisingly, migrant workers doing construction and service jobs are often poorly paid and lack any semblance of workers' rights. And many of their homes are not exactly what we would call up to code. That's why a massive fire broke out last month. It killed 19 people and made thousands of others homeless. So, the authorities responded by providing warm food, a place to stay, and... just kidding. The CCP used it as an excuse to kick everyone out of the neighborhood, demolish all the buildings, and leave them homeless on the streets of Beijing, where the nighttime temperatures were several degrees below freezing. It's for the good of the people. In some cases, residents only got a few hours' notice.
Word comes out, you have to move, and then the machines are coming in and destroying buildings.
Why do you treat us like this? It's not like we're foreigners. We're Chinese. Let's say you want us to move out, to go back to our hometowns, that's fine. But give us a couple of days to do this, right? 1 day is not enough.
I guess you'd call these people the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And don't worry, there were swarms of warmly dressed police officers around to make sure everyone did as they were told. And just to be clear, these newly homeless migrants aren't just the people whose homes burned down. It includes tens of thousands of people in the surrounding areas too. In fact, Beijing announced a 40-day safety campaign to clear out illegal structures. Because forcing the migrant workers out into the freezing weather with practically nothing but the clothes on their backs was totally about their safety. It is absolutely not a pretext for the party to carry out a population control plan they had announced in September. Or the fact that the freshly evacuated real estate is worth a lot of money. Since, in China, there are no meaningful private property rights, and local governments typically make about 40% of their revenue from land sales. Fortunately for the homeless migrants, they're not completely out of luck. There has been an outpouring of support from people across the city. Fellow citizens have donated food, clothing, and temporary housing. The people of Beijing really came together to help each other out. There's also an open letter to authorities written by more than 100 scholars, lawyers, and artists protesting the evictions. People also protested the way state-run media callously referred to the migrants as Beijing's low-end population. So, how did authorities respond to the public outcry? By ordering the media to censor all references to the evictions. And then authorities tried to shut down local people's attempts to help the migrants. Because, They were making the Communist Party look bad. But even though the party is censoring TV, newspaper, and even social media, people are still going to notice that something happened to all the migrant workers, like when no one is around to deliver their food. The ripple effect of the mass evictions has swept the city. Fashionable restaurants without waiters, airport ground staff and security personnel left homeless, online shopping blocked as Beijing delivery services are disrupted by distribution warehouses suddenly bulldozed. Chinese authorities have bitten off more than they can chew with this one. This is just one of two huge scandals to hit Beijing back to back. The other one we reported on last week. There are allegations of sexual abuse at an expensive kindergarten targeting the upper middle class. According to Weiboscope, which tracks censorship on Chinese social media, the level of censorship in recent days was even higher than during the politically sensitive Communist Party's 5-yearly National Congress in October, which is insane. The Party Congress is one of the most politically sensitive events there is, and these scandals even have surpassed that level of censorship. Over the last couple of weeks, the CCP has managed to alienate both the poor and the middle class of Chinese society. Even the censors are complaining they can't keep up. So what will the impact be? For the migrant workers themselves, the ones who can't find another place to stay are mostly going home quietly. There's not much else they can do. Overall, it's hard to say right now what the economic impact of this will be. And remember, Beijing typically sets an example for the rest of the country. So probably we will see evictions in other cities of more migrant workers, aka the low-end population. And a nationwide campaign to evict migrants could cause a national uproar, or maybe just give real estate developers more great business opportunities. Look at this place, so rustic, so much open space, lots of light, it's a steal. So what do you think? Has the Communist Party crossed a line? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching this episode of China Uncensored. Once again, I'm your host, Chris Chappell. See you next time. You know, it's about time that the Chinese Communist Party got their own eviction notice. If you want to know why, check out our website, ChinaUncensored.tv. There you'll see loads of videos about what the party has done, plus half-hour episodes you won't see anywhere else. So visit ChinaUncensored.tv.